your journey with what you're doing and what God has planned for you. I'm just letting you guys know. One thing this morning, we're starting earlier than scheduled, so I'm glad that you're here. Just come on in, come on in. And one thing that I want to say, I just gotta say it. I am not listening to you anymore. What I do? Who am I talking about? I am talking about that inner voice that taunts you, that inner voice that discourages you, talks you out of your plans. I want each of us to say this every day. I am not going to listen to you anymore. These voices that we hear, and I don't mean like the voices that, tell you to do something crazy or anything. I am talking about, we're going to talk about those too. When you have that voice inside of you and you know, or maybe you don't know, that it's not yours, and it's discouraging you from doing something big and powerful, we're going to make sure we get that energy back. We're going to get all of it back. Now, this reminds me of this lady that I worked with. Her story was too common, and it just relates to everyone that I meet, myself included, that at some point in your life, this voice has more control than you think. Has more control than you think. Now, when Maya was offered one of the biggest opportunities that she was waiting for, she really wanted it. And when she finally got that opportunity in her career, she hesitated. Sound familiar? And it is not because that she wasn't qualified. It wasn't that she didn't have the skills. It wasn't that she didn't have the experience or the vision. It wasn't that at all. But the voice inside her whispered, and sometimes it screamed, "You're not ready. What if you fail? What if you don't have enough wisdom? What if you don't have enough just striving? You can't stay consistent. What if you don't keep it? You're going to mess it up." That voice, that is not something that God put in you. It's really not. That voice is discouraging, and it doesn't come from wisdom at all. It comes from fear. The fear that is pretending to protect her, the fear that is quietly sabotaging her from growth. Does that sound familiar? Because I find that this happens to everyone, but you have to catch it. Now, for those who haven't been here before, welcome to Intentional Tuesdays, a professionals and entrepreneurs weekly refresher in setting your intentions and realign your spirit so that you lead and live in your authentic purpose. I use simple techniques integrated with spiritual values to get you right. Now, today's intention is to silence that voice that keeps you small, all right? And step into the fullness of who you truly are. Today, we are going to identify the culprit, the voice owner that wants to keep you from reaching your full potential. Now, we're going to walk through these steps. 3 steps. Let me not do both because that's like 6 technically, right? 3 steps to expose it and quiet it. There's some other words I'd be just wanting to say to it, but I'm telling you, we're just going to make sure that we shut that down. There's too much in store for you, and there's too many things coming, and you need all of your awareness, whether it's externally or it's internally. All right. We want to make sure that you understand exactly who you hear, what you hear, and what you should be not just ignoring, but shutting down. Right now, the first thing that you want to do, the first step of this process of identifying the culprit of that voice is recognize the voice's pattern. Now, when I say that, what I mean is that that inner critic, that voice that we often hear, it has a rhythm, believe it or not. And if you tune into it, you can actually either prepare for its, pop up, or you can already counter it before it starts. Because you think about it, every time you want to do something good, it just pops in there. Every time you feeling good about yourself, and you're just like, today was a good day, it pops up. So you can kind of look forward that there's something that's going to try to disturb my peace. And I declare that from now on, I'm going to catch it before it kicks in. I already know I got something coming that's positive. I know it's something that I want. And I'm going to make sure that I prepare myself to counter the attack, period, right? It's predictable. It doesn't necessarily show it when you're already feeling bad. You've already kicking yourself while you're down. It does it right when you're trying to get up. So prepare for that part. And when it shows up and you're about to grow, apply a leadership role. Like you want to start thinking like when you're about to apply for a leadership role, when you start to speaking up for yourself, and if you're trying to like pivot your business, like every time you're about to grow, you're about to move forward, you're about to do something that's the next level. It says things like, you're not ready, right? You feel that. Why do you think that, like, who do you think you are? Or why do you think that you can do that? It challenges all the things that really, honestly, we're usually not even thinking about in that moment of excitement when you're like, I want to do something. I want to do something. You just think everyone's watching. You don't want to fail in front of them. But that's not usually the first thought when something triggers you and you want it and you want to accomplish it. You felt it. It was inside you and yeah, I want it. Then comes these thoughts of doubts. Okay. To silence it, the first thing that you want to do, give it a name. Yeah, that sounds a little crazy. Some of you guys, especially if you've already been working on yourself and you're trying to come up, you may have heard it before. To give it a name. When you name different things, it gives it an identity. It gives it a role, responsibility. It just kind of gives you something to recall when you're ignoring it. Too often, we just ignore stuff and we just kind of let it go. But you're not being realistic or admitting to the power that it actually has over you. So when you recognize it, then you can just kind of catch it because you've actually acknowledged the fact that it's there. We all have it. I'm not saying call it Leroy and be all crazy talking to yourself. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying to acknowledge it and understand it's there. It's normal. But what you do moving forward with that presence, that annoying voice that's trying to stop you, that's what makes the difference. So you give it a name, give it a personality. What that means is identify how harsh is this critic. You can even just say the critic. What is that critic saying to you? How does it come off? Is it rude and ornery? Like, how is it? Like, identify how does it attack you and how does it sound when you hear it? Is it a worrier? Is it the perfectionist? Is it a shadow? Someone else's opinion. Because too often, that's usually what it's coming from. It's not even just you. It's someone else from your current life or maybe someone else from your past life, like just someone else that you don't even deal with anymore. And that you can acknowledge any different role because this could be a parental figure, somebody that you looked up to, or maybe just the peers that you had around you. But identify who this voice sounds like. Okay. That way you at least know, is it mine or is this someone else's? This is for you to identify. Only you can actually backtrack towards your memories and try to figure out what is this coming from. You can do all kinds of outside research and try to figure it out. I'm telling you, it's going to come back to you. You think about what it is that you've been through, what you've experienced, and who's been talking to you. How's it affected your life? So go backwards. Second step, challenge the lies. Just challenge them, okay? Challenge the lies with a truth. That truth comes from a more positive place. Okay. Those negative places, that's not something that's coming from God. That's not how He would talk to you. Think about what it is, and then you challenge those lies because they aren't true. Are you a loser? Are you incapable? Are you not? Are you just destined to be stuck? No. No, you're not. Doesn't matter what it looks like, and it does not matter what it feels like. That's not true at all. Okay. This isn't your truth. So you want to make sure that you are very clear about what's going on. This often forms from, like, these lies, they usually come from wounds, things that you have been through, old experiences, past criticism, fears. And I'm talking about fears that could have easily started from your childhood. You would be surprised how many things affect us from our childhood that remains in our life for the rest of your life, especially if it's unacknowledged. Like, you just haven't thought about it, you just didn't think about it. It sits there. Now you want to combat it with your spiritual truth. And when I say your spiritual truth and purpose, I'm talking about what you were created for, what you're here to do. You think about that. Even if you are not very clear about what that is, be clear about what it's not. And these lies, these things, these doubts that you have, that's not it. That ain't it. So when you think about your truth and you want to counter the lies, tell yourself, I'm qualified because I'm called. I'm qualified because I can feel that this is supposed to be for me. It's something that I want. It's something that I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. And it doesn't matter. Don't compare it to someone else. The big or the small, short term, long term, that doesn't matter. It matters what you think about it, how you feel about it. That's the truth. The discomfort of growth versus failure is growth. It's not failure. Don't think because you haven't got it yet that you're not going to. Use that word yet. I have not won yet. I have not reached that goal yet, because that leaves open for all the opportunity and the space to grow, to continue, to expand, and to reach that goal. Who do you think you are? You think it only takes one shot? Most of the times it's not. And most of the people that we see where it looks like it's so easy, you best believe they've been practicing, they've been studying, they've been researching. They have put a lot of time into their crafts. So even for them, it usually takes more than one time. So that's normal. It's a process. It's not failure. It's growth. When you're uncomfortable, that means that you are doing something that is expanding out of your comfort zone, out of your shell, which is what you want to do. You want to be who you are today, forever. Yeah, that sounds good on paper, but let me see. If we think about it, that's just not realistic. It's not. So what else do you want to do? You want to be different, and you want to maneuver. Everything around us changed. Everything. So why do we keep thinking that we're not supposed to? Change doesn't mean a total change. And sometimes you get lucky and you get a mostly complete change. Just for the better, though. It's not in the word bad way. It's not bad. You have to think about that. It's not bad. You want to help counter these lies, give yourself a quick fix. Something quick to remember, something quick that would counter it really quickly. Even if you just tell yourself, yeah, that's not it, that's not true. A real quick thought, an affirmation, use scriptures, use spiritual values. And don't have a spiritual, just tell yourself, I have integrity, I'm honest, I am loyal. Something really quick that will remind you of who you are when you hear that voice. Whatever you hear that's telling you you can't, that you just will not make it, counter it immediately. Shut it down. The third thing that you want to do is redirect your energy. Once you recognize what the challenge is and these voices, like what it's doing, and once you counter it, you're like, okay, look, this is what I'm doing. I am choosing to make sure that I put this to a end. Take action, regardless of how you're feeling. If you feel like you are incapable of making this the goal that you want to, the position that you're trying to have, the change in your environment, your routine, if you think that you can't do it anyway. Do it anyway. Because there's one way to not reach it, and that's to not do it. So do it anyway. Journal through the resistance, like write down how you're feeling, or at least sit still and take note of it. This is how I felt when I got started. This is how it went down when it actually happened. I think I need to work on this part. I think I need to continue to move, or this was pretty good. It wasn't that bad. Thought it was going to be worse. Be honest with yourself along your journey of what it is that you're experiencing. Acknowledging it and being honest with yourself is what's going to give you your true solutions, and it's going to make sure that you actually move according to your rhythm. Don't compare it to a YouTube video. Don't compare it to your homie next door. Don't compare it to your friends. Your rhythm, what you need. It's going to fluctuate. Learn, do some research or whatever it is that you're trying to tackle, but make sure that you understand that it's yours the way that you need to. Everything else is just a direction. It's a goal to reach towards. But don't hold yourself in such a strict accountability that you're not fluid. Okay. So do it anyway. Pray and meditate. Sit still in silence and ponder and think about what it is that you want, where it is that you're trying to go. Try to visualize it for yourself. Like, see yourself in that situation doing what it is that you want to do. How does it feel? What does it look like? What does it sound like? Who's affected by that decision? Like, sit still with it. You don't have to necessarily make a big old deal and talk about it with a whole bunch of people. It's really, really important for you to sit still in that thought and just ask yourself, like, what does this mean to me? What does it look like? And speak your intentions out loud. It doesn't even have to be out loud with someone else. It needs to be out loud so that you can hear what it is that you want. It needs to be out loud so that you can hear what it is that you want. Don't have to be talking to the homies, just need to hear it. Because at least when you hear it, you're going to hold yourself accountable. Like, okay, that sounds pretty good. And then take a bold step today. It doesn't matter about tomorrow. Tomorrow may not come. So what are you going to do actively today to go towards it? Just one step. Whether it's to look up something, to make a phone call, to send an email out, to read a paragraph, whatever it is, sit still. You want to journal. The journaling is even a step, but just take a step today. Don't waste any more time moving forward, not doing the things that you want to do, the things that you desire, and the things that you deserve. Don't waste any time. When you wait tomorrow, then all your dreams and everything that comes with it, waste till tomorrow. So don't do that. Okay. You want to take that step towards silencing this critic really forever. It's going to be there. It's been here longer than the fix, but strive towards it. Other than that, it's not going to stop. The power lies in you showing that voice who's in charge now from this point moving forward. So step one, recognize the voice's pattern and name it, identify it. Step two, challenge that lie with your spiritual truth, with your purpose and your being, not who you're not. Step three, take action and reclaim your authority. That's your legs, that's your arms, that's your body, that's your heart, that's your actions. It's you. You control what your body's doing, what your mind is doing. So grab a hold of that and hold on tight and don't let it go. Don't release that peace. Don't release the control, the authority to no one, even if it's not a person in front of you, but that voice inside of you. Get some control over it because it's you and it's your life. It's your future, period. I hope each of you felt a shift today, that you felt there's some kind of residuals that I need to address and address it. We make things very complicated, but it really is just that simple. Just get your life and your power and all your energy back. If you want to follow me for more tools like this on Instagram, go to _Penny Owens, or on the United Friend Network on Instagram, or on Facebook on Empowerment Over Sacrifice. Share and invite your friends, like anyone that you think that can use this information, anyone that you kind of on the outside looking in, that you know needs help silencing that inner voice and that they deserve to live boldly, and you can see it, maybe they don't, give this to them. Now, that voice that tries to stop you from growing is not stronger than your truth inside you. It's not. It may feel like it at times, but I promise you, it's not. You are much stronger than that. This is Penny Owens, the founder of Penny Owens LLC, a leadership empowerment consultancy, where we are on a mission to empower professionals, small business owners, and corporate teams to live and lead with their authentic purpose, to change the culture of leadership, okay? As a whole, starting with the hearts of the leaders and expanding to their teams, environments, and the communities that they influence. Join me every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. You know where you live at? You do the math. I'm sure you got this. Next week, we'll be discussing going further than you imagine. What does that look like to you? And always remember to lead with purpose in your purpose. So I'll see you next week on Intentional Tuesdays. Bye.